EBJ210 edge banding machine installation and use video. First, after receiving the machine, find all our accessories. When you find it, let's start by installing our control box. The control box is mounted inside this foam box, and then the screws that hold it in place. It's in there to get it out, shaft, and then our control box. Behind our countertops, there is a gap in this position. Let's get this iron plate right in there. The back is screwed directly to this countertop. And then where our machine is, there are two plugs. One is the plug for our vacuum motor. The other is our machine's one mains plug. After plugging in the power supply, the machine is connected to an 8mm air tube. This trick here, just plug it directly into our connector. Then we'll assemble our tape tray discs. This disc, first from inside our tool bag pouch, find this screw that holds it in place. Take it out, and then inside our tool bag, it's a support rod with 3 bearing supports, and a hexagonal lock mother. Fix the bearing rods directly to our mother of all hexagonal locks. This latch must not be screwed over, otherwise, when we put ours on the shaft, it won't fit. And then inside our tool bag, find this black set screw, pass it over the top, add a spacer. How about further down? It's one of our black piles of glue. Then after loading the glue pile, reinstalling our square tubes. After the installation is complete, then another layer of this square tube. It's a wide hole. Then we put our center shaft in, and then there's a nut directly underneath. After the installation is completed, then take our triangular bracket on top, directly on this square tube. Then just load up our discs on top of it. Then we'll assemble our extensions. Installation of extension plates. There's a spare screw in there. Remove the screws from the inside of the kit. Remove it on our side. The entrance is fitted with our wide extension board. The exit is this narrow. We can go ahead and put this 3 screws with bearings on them. Fasten it to our board first, but it doesn't matter. And then this side, after you put the screws in first, direct the holes in our corresponding 2 long slots. Just snap it in, when it's stuck in, and then down there are 2 more long top wires. This top wire is one of the positions of the top good and the box. Adjust the verticality of this outside. If anything, it's a little low on the outside. Push the top wire up a little, can be leveled, and then our 3 bearings. It's the same as this backboard on the inside of our machine. It's roughly in a straight line. It's for us to assist in transporting this long sheet, and then after installing this extension. And then we have this wider bracket. It is divided into left and right. The side with the nut is on the outside of the machine, and then it goes right through the side of this place. And then when you put it on, there's a hole in our side here at this location. Then find this black knob on the M6. Secure the bracket through this hole. After this bracket is fixed, the front and back of it are retractable. If we want to get to the length we want, just lock this knob in place. And then on the outside is a long screw. The square tube with long screws has a nut on the top and bottom. And then before threading these 2 nuts, prepare a nut on the top first. And then this clasp should not be locked. There's a round hole underneath this runner we have here. After the long one puts it right in, and then you snap it in through this circular slot. Installation is the same on both sides. The height of our pressure beams. It is adjusted according to the actual thickness of the plate. Scale of the pressure beam, 1 mm less than the actual thickness of our plates. When regulating, be sure to remove the side screws first, and the nut underneath is loosened. Then make a height adjustment for the hand crank. And then this pointer. The right scale is the one we want. Lock the screws and nuts all the way in place after adjustment. Then the edging tape is installed. There's a height limit at the entrance. The height limit is a natural fall on the edging band. The height limit for export is approximately 0.5 mm to 1 mm higher than that of our edge banding tape. And then there are 2 knobs on the right side of our hose. Here's how to control the amount of glue in the front glue shaft sheet. Above is the control, the amount of glue on our back edging tape. Then power it up. It is necessary to turn on our emergency stop switch. After the light to have the rotating pop-up indicator lighted up. It's starting to heat up. A regulation of temperature. It is necessary to press our setup button, adjustable in upward or downward direction. After the adjustment is complete, press the setup button again. And then on the left is our glue pot. 1 switch for 1 governor, and speed regulation. On the right is under our conveyor belt. Fast, slow and start/stop. Then the speeds of the 2 governors. Requires us to seal the edges in the process. Make a ration. Then below is our trimming throw, isothermal red, this actual temperature. After reaching this set temperature in our green color, turn the switch all the way on, then seal the edges, then the first motor and the second motor. What about the first one? It's the control that fixes our lower edge band and flush end, second flush and upper trim. If it is necessary to adjust the amount of our trimming, open this vacuum cover directly on top. After opening, loosen the inside cutter head. Failure to repair the outgoing cutter head. Too much trimming. Back off the tip, and then at the back it's one of our hard rounded scraped edges. This thing comes with a mock-up. High and low don't need to move. If the amount of adjustment of the scraped edges, it is necessary to loosen our top wire, trying to fix more front and back. Loosen the cutter head. After this screw is loosened, the tip of the knife goes out, it shaves a little more, and then the following one is also an imitation. Just the front and back of the cutter head. The upper and lower ones don't need to be adjusted. And then this our suction cup water. It's plugged right into ours on this head. Just put it in our suction cups, and then a gas volume, and a regulation of the amount of water. Here's the polish. Adjustment of polishing. The lower polish is on the side, with this nut above the 2 fit, and then to adjust the height of it, the front and back must move together. Buff. It's when this screw on the side is loosened, its angle can be adjusted up and down,